What's up, wrestling fans, trading card collectors? Welcome to another episode of Wrestling with Cards. Today, first video in a new series I'm doing called Collector Spotlight, where I take one item, kind of go over specifics of that item, why it's important to me, why it's important to the hobby. Today, first video, and my favorite Hulk Hogan card, PMG 2013 Upper Deck Employee Exclusive. Stick around, find out more about this card. So just a little backstory on this card. In 2013, Upper Deck produced a line of cards specifically for employees. They were given to the employees as a thank you for their time of service for the company. A 6-card set was created, and they were kind of Upper Deck's take on the classic precious metal gems line that had came out in the mid-90s that's kind of taken over the basketball world at this point. The original PMGs were in the 97-98 Skybox Metal Universe set, and those have become some of the most, specifically in basketball, the most valuable basketball cards around to this day, even though they were put out in the mid-90s as a limited insert set. There's plenty of good content out there. If you are interested in learning more about the original PMG set, just search online. You'll be able to find plenty of people who've written and produced content of all the backstory behind that. In this 6-card set that Upper Deck produced, there are 6 cards, 6 athletes, and they are the who's who of their respected sports. These names include Tiger Woods, Michael Phelps, Oscar De La Hoya, Rory McIlroy, Mike Tyson, and of course, the Hulkster brother, and that's the one I bought. There are several reasons why I like this card. There are several reasons why I think this card is going to just shoot up in value. So let's jump into it. So let's start off with looking at the design of this card. Of course, as I said, it's a take off the PMG Precious Metal Gems from that 97-98 set. So that's cool. I was never fortunate enough to own any of those big cards. I think I owned a Jim Plunkett football version, one of the kind of more modern releases. There was some retro PMGs released, which still garner a lot of value. I had one in there, but I never owned any of the original ones. Who doesn't like the shininess of these cards? I mean, they're just beautiful. And I love the pinkish purple background. That's a color that the original PMGs never used. So just another interesting aspect of these cards that Upper Deck put out. I also love the back of the design. They keep that limited number there, just like the original PMGs in the same exact spot. They kept the kind of biomechanical, cyberpunk looking design on the back with all the wiring and chips and stuff like that, and everything looks like it's in the exact same spot as the original PMG, so kudos to that for the design. On to the second reason that I invested in this card is rarity and scarcity. A lot of you coming from the sports card world, like the base prism stuff or base optic, whatever, PSA 10, yada yada yada. Well, I know that those kind of drive the market, and as many of you know in the sports card world, if you found this channel and trying to come across learn about wrestling cards, sports cards have parallels and numbered cards and all those sorts of things that kind of form a scarcity, and in my opinion, those are cooler and more sought after than the base cards in the long term. If you're playing for the short term, base cards a lot of times will be quicker flips and whatnot, but these cards produced by Upper Deck, there's only 125, so there's a limited number. They're not base. Second, they're employee only, as I've stated, so that means a lot of these employees got them in their hands, and I'm guessing they work for Upper Deck, probably at least this much of a collector. A lot of those are probably locked away in collections forever. You'll never see them. Some of them got out. Obviously, I got one, and I've seen 2 others floating around. One of them, BGS 9.5, which I saw someone on Instagram recently buy. As you can tell by the one that I got, also slabbed in BGS. So you're not really going to see a lot of these cards around. And prices are reflecting that. Which leads me into my next reason that I invested in this card, monetary value. As I've talked about, classic PMG basketball, those cards are through the roof. Even some of the retro cards are through the roof. And even in other sports, PMGs are just going crazy. So I was like, I love Hogan. I love this pink-purple design. It's slabbed. It's PMG. There's a real good chance this could go up, plus the scarcity value of it being only 125, just like the originals, and even more so this time, only available to employees. So I thought this was a great opportunity to jump on what I thought was an affordable card. I'm not going to tell you how much I paid for it. You could probably find it on eBay if you wanted. Because, again, it's so limited, you can just search these things out and find whatever you're looking for specifically. It's not like these base cards that are mass-produced. But I think this and all the other cards in this set are eventually just going to skyrocket. You've got legends from all these sports. And, guys, if you want to, say you're not a Hogan fan, say you like Tiger Woods. Well, go look up the Tiger Woods cards and check out how much those things are going for right now. Number one, you can't hardly find them. And two, if you find them, they're just astronomical in prices for what you would consider an employee card. Really? I want my Luka PSA 10 base prism card. Give me this Tiger Woods. Give me this Oscar De La Hoya. Or if you can find the Mike Tyson, good luck with that. But if you can find that, give me these over that other stuff any day. Another aspect of the monetary perspective of these cards is they're never going to go down. You know, it seems like I'm ranting on all the base stuff. Guys, I buy that stuff too. I buy it to flip it for the quick game. For the long game and from a cool collector's aspect, these things are going to only go up, as to where some of these more modern rookies, kind of a dangerous game we're playing, they could just go down tomorrow. We don't know. I don't see Tiger Woods, Oscar De La Hoya, Tyson, Roy McIlroy. Michael Phelps, I think, is in this. Maybe I forgot him. I can't remember. But I don't see these cards going down. These guys are all legends. They're going to live forever in the minds of sports fans and hobbyists forever. And another reason I invest in this card, this Hulk Hogan brother. If you're coming from the sports card world into wrestling, the one thing you need to know, if you don't already, I'm assuming most of you do, but for those who've been living under a rock the past 30 years, Hulk Hogan is the Michael Jordan of wrestling. I don't see any Hogan card you can buy. Well, I take that back. Maybe there's some like 87 top stuff, which, hey, if you got those in PSA 10s or autographed or something, sure, those are valuable. But I would say any kind of Hogan card is going to hold value, much like even in today, the overproduced Michael Jordan stuff in the mid-90s. There's still a market for that. There's always going to be a market for Hulk Hogan. He's an icon. He's going to live forever. He changed the face of professional wrestling. You could argue he's not the best wrestler. Sure. You could argue that he wasn't that great. Vince McMahon just wanted to push him. Sure. Guys, he's a movie star. He's on top of the wrestling world. He's still iconic 30, 40 years later. He's the man. If you're wanting to invest in wrestling cards, Hulk Hogan in any form is a great way to start. But again, Rarity, Scarcity, and a PMG version of Hulk Hogan, sign me up, brother. So that's it for today's episode. Hopefully you've enjoyed this first video in the Collector Spotlight series. I plan on doing several more featuring just random items I've picked up, decided to invest in. Just maybe it didn't cost me much, but it's a cool item. So stay tuned if you like stuff like this where it's more of a breakdown of specific items. But if you like all my other videos, if you like this video, go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you never miss many of my uploads. While you're there, check out links to social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that fun stuff. If you want to continue following me and the hobby that route, please check me out there. And if you want to buy anything except for this, this Hogan's not for sale right now. But I've got plenty of other great stuff for sale, including a lot of things I've opened up on my mail day videos. If you're interested in any of that, head over to my storefronts on eBay, Mercari, and check out my cards. And until next time, see you, wrestling fans. Brother.